Hey guys, I'm back with Broly and Ruka here. There's Broly, he's a good boy. Ruka, come here. Here she comes, here she comes. Oh, hi. Okay, come on. And yeah, it's a little darker now, but sun's going down, temperature dropped a little bit. It's actually kind of interesting out here. Temperature down here will be a lot cooler. As you start moving up the hill there, it gets, warmer. And I mean, obviously it's because warm air rises, but still kind of a neat feeling. Yeah, so I'll just kind of go here from where I was, what I was talking about in the video I ended up not posting because I didn't like how it turned out. But it was about breeding, and specifically breeding for looks. And I'm sure if any of you are in the dog world or anything, you know that breeding for looks is frowned upon. And it can be. It's certainly not as black and white as a lot of people make it out to be. And here's why. It's so we're gonna go this way, I think. It's come on, Ruka. Good girl. Good girl. As you guys can see too, I've been really working on a recall. It's gotten a lot better. And yeah, so like in situations where it's not warranted, let's say you're breeding working line German Shepherds, and let's just say breeding German Shepherds. This is working line or anything, doesn't matter, and you only care about the black German Shepherds, right? You don't care so much about the black and tan, sable, bicolor, white, blue liver. But you're not doing anything else. Like, the dog's temperament sucks. They're not healthy. Hip dysplasia and DM run rampant through them. Those are scenarios where breeding for looks is bad. But where I think it's okay, Ruka, come here, is basically where you're trying to differentiate yourself. And that's really only logically doable when you're creating a new breed of dog. And this kind of goes into that whole topic where I've seen a couple things. Like one friend I got, she's developing a new breed. I don't know if I'd call us friends, but acquaintances. And called the Wolven Gaze Hound. And a lot of times she's been accused of just breeding for looks, because she posts about how she wants the dogs to look a lot. And she's using nice dogs, like nice family dogs. She's using a lot of sight hounds, and a couple other breeds mixed in there. But the important thing is here is, excuse me, the look. Because, Broly, come here. Good boy. The important thing is the look. Because let's say I'm breeding dogs, right? And I'm mixing, and I get a dog that looks exactly like a German Shepherd, like looks exactly like Broly, for example. And you know, maybe they behave more like a hunting dog or a sighthound or something. Like, to most people, they're not going to see the dog you developed. They're going to see the shell of the dog and what it looks like, because that's always the first thing that catches anyone's eyes. What does the dog look like? And if the dog looks like something that already is there, you kind of failed in developing something unique. Maybe its temperament is unique, but nothing else is. So, I mean, it's, if anything, it's sort of an off-standard German Shepherd, right? Or if you have a German Shepherd or a Dutch Shepherd that looks exactly like a Dutch Shepherd, but has the temperament, like, to a T of a German Shepherd, it's still a Dutch Shepherd. It's just off-standard in temperament. So I can kind of give you an idea how important looks can be when breeding, especially when breeding, or when making a new breed, right? And I'll take a very recent breed, a Czech Wolf Dog. There is no other breed out there that looks as much like a wolf as a Czech Wolf Dog. Like, there just isn't. You have all these wannabe breeds like the Damascus, the Ruka, Broly. You have all these wannabe breeds like the Damascus, the Native American Indian dog, the North American Indian dog. You know, there's so many. And then you have a dog like the Sarlos Wolf Dog, which, you know, they're a close second, but a lot of them don't really look that wolfy too. Like, they have, you know, big ears. They have some of them have like a weird liver coat mixed in. You know, they just don't look as wolfy as the Czech Wolf Dog. And that is a fact, you know. You know, there are some Czech Wolf Dogs that, you know, don't look extremely wolfy either, but still the breed in general does. And they're the only breed that looks like that. You know, not counting a wolf, because that's not a breed of dog. And then on top of that, they have their own unique temperament. And for the most part, they are a healthy breed. Yeah, do they have the same kind of ailments that, say, a German Shepherd can have, like hip dysplasia and DM and dwarfism? Yeah. That's due to the ancestry being, you know, what, 75% German Shepherd, but, you know, do they look like a German Shepherd? No. When I have my Czechs next to Broly, do they look the same? Not at all. And, you know, that's an example of why you have to, why you have to differentiate your dog's look over any other current recognized breed out there. Even if they have different ancestry. Like I was saying, if you end up making something that looks exactly like Broly, it's not technically a German Shepherd, but the general population will see it as a German Shepherd. And you want something that stands out on its own. And the temperament might, but most people aren't going to see the temperament, you know? And, so breeding for looks is an important part of developing any breed, because you have to have that uniqueness to them. Honestly, that's one of the things that is looked for when it comes to being having your breed recognized by kennel clubs. Is it unique? Does it stand out among other groups of dogs? And, you know, if you're not breeding for that, you know, what are you really breeding for? Well, you're certainly not developing a breed because, you know, take Ruka, right? She could pass as a blue German Shepherd. And I know her breed is early development, so there's no criticism to be had there. You know, my Mayhem and Broly's litter, they look like German Shepherds for the most part. Like Dutch could pass as a sable German Shepherd easily. Havoc, who's another one, he could. Vesta, she could. By the way, that litter, I think I said this in the other video just before this one, but I'll have a 6-month update for you guys to see how they've all been developing and stuff. And, you know, I'm honestly really liking all of them. They all turn out really nice, despite it being accidental. But, you know, that gives me hope for the next litter, because it'll be the same kind of cross, just with a different stud. Wow, it's a lot lighter on the GoPro than it is in my actual eyes. So yeah, having that unique appearance is going to set you apart from other breeds. Like, one animal I really love, and it's kind of unfortunate that it'd be almost impossible to selectively breed for the look, is the African wild dog. If you don't know what those are, just go Google one quick. They are a beautiful natural species of wild dog that they just have the most beautiful patterning. And, you know, if you developed a breed like that, which, you know, I won't lie, I would like to do. I would like to get that coloration, because I think it's so beautiful and so unique. You'd have nothing else like it. Kind of like the Dalmatian, right? No other dog is black or white with black spots. You'd really have something unique on your hand, and people would see right away, oh, that's that dog. You know. And you know, that kind of goes into my next point of, if you have something that looks unique, people can identify who that dog came from. You know, even if you're just starting out. Like, I'll use Ruka again as an example. Just, I know, again, prefacing with her breed is in early development. You're not going to have a lot of unique look yet. But, you know, she could pass as a blue Bay Shepherd from Vicky Spencer too. She's not, but I'm just saying she looks the part. And you want people to be able to identify that, oh, this is the dog. So like, if you're walking down the street and you see this beautiful dog, you know, if you've seen the breed before, or the line or whatever, you'll know, oh, that dog came from that person. Come here, Ruka. Come on. Here she comes zooming. Or you can go ask the person, hey, where'd that dog come from? You know, it's a beautiful dog. And they can say, oh, it came from this person. And now you have that person locked in your mind. So next time you see one of those dogs, you know who it came from immediately. And yeah, the importance, I think, of differentiating your look from any other breed or line of dogs out there, it can be just as important, sometimes is just as important, as the health testing and the temperament. Now, let's say you're just breeding working dogs, you just want nice working dogs, and maybe the temperament of a German Shepherd and Dutch Shepherd do something special, and, you know, other than that, you don't care how they look because they're there to do a job, that's fine. Like, if you're breeding purpose-bred crosses and only crosses, you're not trying to reach some end goal of, this is how I want them to look or anything. It's whatever. But if you have an end goal and you say you're developing a breed or something, that unique look does need to be there. And I'll use the wolf dog community as an example of what not to do. Like, how many times, for any of my people in the wolf dog community who might watch this, or, you know, who have been in it or whatever, how many times have you seen, I'm breeding a line to have the wolf look but a dog temperament? How many times have you seen that? I see it all the time, even still. Some people are starting to kind of drift away from that a little bit, but it's like, well, what kind of dog temperament? Oh, companion. It's like, okay, so why should I get your dog over someone else's? Well, I do health testing. So do they. Well, these dogs are great, like, active companions. So are theirs. You know, price not being an issue, maybe, but the point is you have nothing unique on your hands because 90% of the community is doing the same thing. You know, it's like, take German Shepherds. I'm breeding black German Shepherds. Oh, so is this guy. Yeah, but these ones are IGP3 titled. So are theirs. These ones have great hips and elbows. So are theirs. DM clear. So are theirs. You know, you don't have anything special on your hands. You know, that's not to say like anyone who breeds black German Shepherds is like doing the same thing as somebody else. It's just an example it's just an example more people might be familiar with, because I know not a ton of people are into wolf dogs and stuff. Broly! Ruka! Look at that recall. She gotten a lot better. Yeah, you gotten a lot better, haven't you? Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Broly just wants to hog all the attention. Butts. Nope. Sit. Butts. Good break. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about here. Like, looks are important in developing a breed or a line of dogs, because you have to have something that stands out more, that will catch people's eyes, if that's the kind of dog they're looking for. You know, if you got some guy scrolling through Facebook and he sees this dog, is he going to know the temperament and the health immediately? No. The physical appearance of that dog is going to catch their attention. And once they catch the attention, then they can see if they have everything else the dog wants, or they want in the dog. My one friend, Buddy, he produced this beautiful dog named Baya. I think I've posted her on my Instagram before if you guys want to see it. But she's a gorgeous dog. And that's the kind of dog that catches someone's eye. And then, you know, they can ask questions or whatever. She's actually owned by the person who's making that woven gaze hound I was talking about earlier. She owns Baya. And, you know, then those people can ask about the dog, the temperament, the health, and see if that's something that's in their lifestyle. But, you know, that appearance caught their eye immediately. And as a breeder, you know, you do want to home your puppies. So it is important to have something that stands out if you want your puppies to be sold. This is why a lot of wolf dog breeders have leftover puppies from each litter, is because nobody's doing anything unique with them, both in temperament and appearance. You know, there's a lot of really cool things you can get out of a wolf. And it doesn't all have to be, oh, the coat or the eyes. You know, I love a wolf's tail, how it just loosely hangs when they're standing still. It's not always like, you know, the German Shepherd tail. Lucian's a good example of that, actually. The long legs, long, powerful legs, sense of smell, hearing, the fluffy ears. And by fluffy, I mean on the inside fluffy. Like, these are all great attributes. The stamina, the prey drive. You know, these can all be great attributes to select for. It doesn't all have to be about looks. But again, as an example, the wolf dog community makes it all about the look. And they all have the same temperament, so they're all going for the same temperament and the same look. So nothing's unique in that aspect. I'm not saying you can't, do the same thing as somebody else. Like, you definitely can. Like, if you're in, I don't know, Southern California doing that, and then you have somebody up in Minnesota doing that, like, it's not a big deal, right? But when the entire group of people, basically 95% of them, guys, Ruka, come here. I don't want them going that far. Just because it's getting dark and it's gonna get black in the woods, and I sure as shit can't see Ruka in the dark. Ruka, and you have 95% of the people